How to improve your social skills? There's many ways to improve your social skills, improve your social awareness. When I was younger, I always wanted to have this deep sense of connectedness. I wanted to have a lot of friends. I wanted people to like me. I always wanted to be like the comedian type. I always wanted to make people laugh. I wanted to see people smile. But in many ways, I would come off weird. My social skills weren't the best. I had confidence. I had the desire to be around people and to be extroverted. But I just lacked the skills of how to influence people, how to talk to people and get people to listen, how to command respect, how to stick up for myself. Putting myself out there to fail, like anything in life, you have to fail at something first in order to get good at it. Being horrible at something is the first step to being good at something. So if you suck at talking to people, if you suck at talking to women, if you suck at dating, well, it's because you probably have not failed at it yet. Or you've not failed it in enough times. The person in your school or the person in your workplace who is so charismatic, you probably have one in your mind right now. That person who is so charismatic with everybody and he just can get along with everybody. He can get along with every friend group. He can get along with athletes, the cool kids, the weird kids, all the girls love him. That one person who just seems to be happy around everybody, who just everybody loves being around him. He's been rejected hundreds of more times than you have by women and men. I'm not mean men in like a homosexual way, but I'm saying like men, as in like you've ever tried, if you've ever made the effort, you've probably tried to be friends with a guy and it seems like he doesn't really want much to do with you. He doesn't really reciprocate the energy that you're putting into trying to grow a relationship with him. Like a friendship with him. And that's cool. That's fine. You know, there's billions of people on this planet. If one person doesn't want to be friends with you, that's fine. Same thing with women. If one woman doesn't want to be with you, that's not the end of the world, dude. But how do you improve this skill? How do you become better at talking to people? Because I can say I have become a lot better at communicating with people, talking to people, just being less awkward. I was very awkward in my earlier years of high school. And my improvement in social skills came down to three major things. Number one, experience. I know that sounds cliche, but in order to be a master at something, you have to have a lot of experience, which means you have to put yourself out there. If you're a guy who sucks at cold approaching girls, you haven't gotten rejected 100 times. You haven't approached 100 girls. Have you even approached 50? A lot of guys only approach 10 girls a year. The guy that is really good at talking to women, you know, the player guy, the Chad in your school, he's been rejected hundreds of times by hundreds of girls. So he's improved the skill. He's improved his mouthpiece tremendously. His game. Because he's put himself out there. He's figured out what works, what doesn't work. What do women respond to best? What do women respond to worse? How to read social cues, how to read if a woman is looking at you. He's improved his social awareness. The time that it takes for him to actually approach, because a lot of guys, when they're in a social situation, they see a girl that they're interested in, they may stall. They may act like they have to do something busy on their phone, or like they act like they have to do something first before approaching. You really don't. Be honest, you don't. You could approach her right away. And don't give me the BS. Oh, she looks like she's busy. Oh, she looks like she's on the phone. Oh, she looks like she's working out. Now, if you see that she looks unapproachable, well, if you go up to her, give her a quick compliment. If she seems receptive to it, if she seems receptive to having a conversation, like she's smiling, she turns her body towards you, her body language is towards you, opens up, her eyes light up. Now that you talk to her, continue the conversation. Just say, can I talk to you for a second? If she doesn't, if she seems like her body language is closed, she kind of turns away from you. Her response is like super quick and dry, like, oh, thanks, and then turns away. Then you see that this is not, she's caught up in whatever she's doing. That's fine. Talk to somebody else. Number 2, surrounding myself with people who are good at getting women. Now, I know this is hard because 80% of guys suck at being able to talk to girls, and 100% of girls go for 20% of guys. But you have to sort of be friends with the guys who are super confident. Even if they aren't good at getting girls, even if they're not consistent with it, just the confidence to go out there and put themselves out there and be rejected, it'll rub off on you, because you don't want to be the only guy who doesn't approach a woman, who isn't the social guy in the group. You don't want to be the lone wolf, because it's not cool. Let's be honest. Most people who say they're the lone wolf and they want to be a loner and they hate humans, they're lying. They just want to be cool. But the third way to improve your social skills is to read books on how to improve your social skills. My favorite book personally is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. It's a great book. My advice to you when reading this book is that as soon as you learn something new in that book that you may have never incorporated into your life, literally go outside and go on a walk and approach people, and use that, maybe 2 or 3 people, and approach them using the techniques that Dale Carnegie has laid out in that book. Now, I know that going to a party and going to a social outing is a lot more valuable and will give you a lot more experience when it comes to improving your social skills than reading a book ever will. But it'll still give you the basics. It'll give you something to sort of have in your mind, have in your back pocket, to see if it works and see how you can use that technique and put it into your own personality. So now you creating your own style, your own swag, your own game. You feel me? That's a short little video on how to improve your social skills. I post some self-improvement content like this all the time. If this is something you're interested in, and you're interested in a no BS small channel that posts real stuff to talk about, then subscribe, hit post notifications, comment down below where you are in your social skills journey, and let's grow. Stay locked in.